Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, good evening, actually. It's 12 p.m. Eastern time. Today, we're going to be touching base on the crypto gaming space again. And yes, we're going to be touching base on something that no one wants to talk about. Selling. Isn't that a crazy, crazy thing? Some saying that, we're still too early. Some saying we're not too early. I say it depends on your situation. Question mark? So we're going to be touching base on why me, the crypto gaming Maxi, has sold over is it 5 figures? Yeah, 5 figures worth of crypto gaming altcoins. Today, we're going to be touching base on psychology, market health, because the thing is, my friends, that you can have a ton of money in crypto gaming. You can have tons of gains, but if you don't got time on your side, and you also don't have the markets on your side, and you also don't have your brain on your side, then you're probably going to be doomed. Crazy stuff. And no, this isn't clickbait or anything. This is real things happening today in the markets. Sold? Question mark? Oh no. Well, no, we didn't literally sell 4:23 p.m. This is more like a recent thing, but here it is. Paper hands. Paper hands. Also, yes, paper hands. But I'm going to tell you my story here because it is true. We did go ahead and do this. No life-changing gains. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So here it is. As of today, we have done something that is a little bit interesting. I want to tell you my story because a lot of people don't understand my story in crypto gaming, how we ended up getting to where we are today with a 6-figure portfolio in the crypto space. And I know you're going to be like, oh my God, he sold 5 figures worth of crypto. He has 0 crypto. No, the reality is I still have crypto. I have plenty of crypto. We're actually going to be touching base on some of my passive income plays and updating you on the income that we're getting through them. So it's still pretty good. But here's the thing. We did end up taking a good amount of profit today because I have a little bit of a story. I have no debt now. That's the TLDR of what I'm about to talk about. During the crypto gaming bull market, we had a good month. I guess a good month of gains when we got into the markets. But like most people, we were pretty damn late. That's just how it is most of the time. You learn it from a friend. You learn it from a source. You get into the crypto markets. You're probably too late, but you don't understand that because you're too young to understand that. You get into the markets and then boom, you have a bear market. So here's the entire story. 4 months ago, I'd had possibly the hardest month of my entire life. It was a very hard month. Just to give you some context on my full story, back in 2021, I sacrificed my entire life, essentially. I was earning $80,000 a year, working at a 5-star hotel, so that was nice and all right, to go into crypto full-time back in 2021. A lot of people would think it's really stupid of me to do that. I say that screw it. Conviction, if you're doing what you love in life, it is what it is. It was incredibly difficult to hear those surrounding me constantly doubt my conviction into having an impact in the crypto landscape. And just in general, I mean, all the people going like, oh, but this wouldn't actually work. You're insane for doing it. The thing is, for me, I'd gotten into content creation essentially on the last month of the bull cycle. And in general, crypto investing, I got into it back in June of 2021. And I'd built up pretty much the entire audience that I have right now during the bear market. And while that's great, I'm ever so grateful of having an audience right now. It did mean that I pretty much only had the savings from whatever I had before, from my Axie Infinity profits as well, because I made a good amount off Axie Infinity, and then whatever else might come. But as you know on this channel, for pretty much the past 8 months, I've had no sponsors. I mean, only very recently when actual crypto gaming projects are coming up that are actually exciting have I had sponsors. But for a good, it's been a long time. I didn't have any sponsors. So pretty much everything I'd made during the markets was pretty much just me. It was me doing my thing, right? Throughout the course of the bear market, I'd accumulated quite some debt to sustain my lifestyle and dreams of being someone that had a serious impact in the crypto industry. When I abandoned my crypto channel because I actually have another channel, which I stopped uploading on. It has 30,000 subscribers. This was my DeFi channel. I kind of lost my groove with DeFi. I didn't really feel like covering it anymore. And I was conflicted because I would do really well on one channel and then I'd start doing poorly on another channel and then vice versa. I couldn't put all my attention into both channels because in all reality, I just wanted to do crypto gaming. The crypto channel was making more money, but there was no passion there. So the video content wasn't very good. It was a massive risk. It really was, because it was a larger channel and it had more sustained Google AdSense income. So pretty much, more views equals more income, right? And so Here it is, right? I'm going to keep going here. I'd finally gotten a clear direction with what I wanted to do. I wanted to do crypto gaming, but we were still knee deep in the bear market with monetization at all-time lows. So I was pretty much just funding myself off of some of the crypto gaming tokens that I owned. But as you know, crypto gaming tokens were not doing well. We're not doing well for a very long time. I'd remembered, 4 months ago, worrying about like how long did I have left before I was just screwed over with credit card debt, right? It was hard. It was really hard. It was stressful. Some nights, I feel like once we get to the point where everybody is doubting themselves in regards to what the hell you're doing, that might be the bottom. And it kind of was. It kind of was the bottom. It's crazy how much changes in 4 months. As of today, I sold somewhere around a good amount of crypto to go ahead and pay off all my debt. That is it. That's this thing right here. I sold thousands of crypto gaming altcoins. That's because I've officially paid off all of my debt. My portfolios right now are still pretty much at all-time highs. And this is the story. 3 months can make up the entirety of the suffering you've gone through during the bear. I didn't live with my parents during this whole scheme. I had my own responsibilities, and I worked my ass off to make this work. Everybody around me understands this. I had to grow up fast to make this work, but I did it. And they say, if you want something to work, that you'll do whatever you can to make it happen. My quote is always like, just figure it out. And I did just that. I didn't have the support of my family financially, just me, myself, and I working tirelessly 12 to 18 hours per day trying to find alpha in the crypto gaming space. I've gone through everything you can think of. The anger, the depression, everything. I sustained, people, and they aided me until we got to where we are today. Now my crypto gaming channel makes Forex to AdSense. My crypto investments are doing extremely well, which clearly you've seen through the channel's performance and everything in between, and is growing at a record pace. We reap the benefits. We sacrificed everything, and here we are. Success doesn't come easy, but sure as hell feels good. Keep going, my friends. Keep going, my friends. Does your title indicate that you sold almost all altcoins you hold? No, it doesn't. My title indicates that I sold thousands worth of crypto gaming altcoins, which is very true. Now I don't have to worry about debt. This is something that I've talked about a lot on this channel, about the psychology, your head, because your brain is your biggest enemy. I've gone through it, There are a lot of people that, they made a lot of money in the 2021 bull market. Then, they left for 2 years, came back, and they were like, okay, I'm back. The crypto gaming markets are hot again. I didn't do any of that. I decided to stick it through the bear market, cover this entirety of just suffering that happened. And it was a lot. It was a lot for my head, and I'm sure it was a lot for the people that stuck around in this bear market. Imagine doing this full time. So, what I ended up doing was that I took some profit. And, this profit that I've been talking about for quite some time, it's finally enough. I don't need to really take any more profit. I can pretty much go into 2025 without having to take any more fiat, right? Of course, you've got taxes on all these different things. You should be paying your taxes. Pay your taxes. And, I'm figuring all that stuff out as well and saving money for that and, all the things that are involved with being an adult. But, we're here. Holy shit. I didn't think I would get here this fast. But, yeah, it happened. And so let's go through some of the passive income sources that I currently have. I want to update you all on this information because it's important to understand that I still have a lot in crypto. I haven't updated y'all on my passive income sources for quite some time. In terms of nodes, some people will think that I have a ton of nodes. It's just spread out in different places. The reality is I don't. I really have my nodes focused in just a couple crypto coins. I don't just buy every node that I see. There are new nodes that are coming out that I probably will accumulate. But the problem is during the bear market, there really wasn't a lot of opportunities to really learn about these nodes and get into these nodes. So here's the updated figures on my nodes that I made recently today. And also excuse my terrible spreadsheet here. It's bad. It's really bad. What's good, Richard? How you doing? It's really bad. I don't know how to use Google spreadsheets, but I try my best. All right. So back in the 7th of November, here's how much I was making back then with my crypto nodes. And this is how crazy time changes. So we're making $400 per month off our Mary nodes, and we were making $213 per month on our playable nodes. Isn't that incredible? Switch over to the 9th of November. This is 2 days in the future, making 1,070 per month through the Myriad nodes and making $213 per month off of the playable nodes. Isn't that incredible? ROI is actually getting much better. And then and then we look over here, the 26th, right, of November, just is like 20 days into the future, making, what is this, $9 per day and then $16 per day, which adds up to a lot. In fact, if we look at today, I've actually accumulated sonorous DJ nodes, which I have talked about on the channel. I'm actually going to be making a video later today about this as well. But now I have a total invested of $17,600 worth of playable nodes at a 2,200 floor price. Now the floor price is much higher. So this is probably closer to 6 figures worth of nodes. Let's actually calculate that. So that's calculator 6,500 times 8. Yeah, just off this, that's 50 grand. So yeah, definitely the prices have gone up a lot on these nodes, right? But where we got them, right? So these are making 1,068 tokens per day, which is $75 per day. And that is $2,250 per month. Not bad, not bad. And I think that's per node. And then we've got 4 Myriad nodes, which right now are making 5,910 tokens per day, $67 per day, $2,000 per month. Not bad. This is literally enough to pay my rent right there. And then we've got the new ones. If you didn't have debt, would you have sold anything? Honestly with you, the answer to that is still yes. Would I have sold as much as I'd sold? No, I wouldn't have. I probably would have sold a fraction of what I would have sold. A fraction, but I still sold what I thought was comfortable for myself, which is why I always advocate, like, depending on your personal situation, you should be doing different things, right? So we've got 6 sonorous DJ nodes, which we spent $3,600 on, $600 each, right? Making 174 coins per day, which is somewhere around $12.36 per day, and 370 per month. So that's less than 10 months for ROI. So these numbers are all pretty much less than 10 months for return, which is pretty good. That's not even the end of the bull market. And that's at current prices, obviously, right? We're having a bit of a downturn in the markets. So some of these coins have corrected. I know that Sonorous actually announced that they were getting listed on MEXC. So I think that's one of the reasons that they ended up running. They're up 31% on the day. I'm going to be covering that later on. Mirror is kind of doing its thing. The rest of the coins kind of correcting on our altcoin thing. I want to touch base on those that are just thinking of selling, don't have any debt, and they're just like, should I be holding my cryptocurrency? It's a fair question, right? My answer is probably similar to what Alex Becker thinks. I don't really think you should be selling crypto altcoins right now. I mean, that guy, he's like, wait until 2025. I wouldn't say wait until 2025. Obviously, this is my own personal opinion. I'm a little paper hand. But I would say something like, in 2024, by the end of it, you should be aggressively taking profit because, sure, historically speaking, we should have a 2025 bull cycle, but you should also secure some of those gains. You should probably secure some of those gains so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Would you get a shrapnel node? I don't know. I don't know because the price has run up a lot on shrapnel. So I'm assuming that there's a ton of hype on shrapnel nodes. I would probably grab like one just to see how it goes, and then maybe I'll grab more in the future. But as it stands, I mean, it's already had a big price movement. So usually you want to get into these nodes before they have these crazy price movements because, like, for example, if you got into a playable node right now, it would cost you $6,500 per node. I got into those at $2,200, way less risk. Obviously, this thing's at a $40 million market cap, which isn't a lot. So I still think it has room to go, but that's just my personal opinion. I would say that you want to get into things when people are not talking about them because people start talking about things start moving, and then it gets a heck of a lot harder for you to get into these things. Ameria hasn't moved much in terms of node prices from what I've gathered, only because it wasn't really profitable to buy nodes all the way down here. Nowadays, it is pretty profitable to buy nodes. It's pretty good ROI. But I would assume, right, that as this correction takes place, which I don't think we're going to have too much more of a correction. If I had to guess, I don't see Bitcoin going to 35K. I could be wrong. I very well could be wrong. I don't think we get it, though. I think that the only time we're going to have some sort of correction on the overall crypto space, and I could be totally wrong here, is ETF listings. Once we get ETF listings, we're probably going to have some sort of correction. They want to manipulate the prices. When the ETF listings come, they're going to go ahead and manipulate them. That's just like what I think. I think DCAing right now is the play, 100%. 100%. Hey, Classy, I have Lit Labs and PlayZap. I think that both of those will do well. You know, I think that the games that they're building, Lit Labs especially, is good. PlayZap, hyper casual games, nothing wrong with that. I will say that, you know, them building on EOS EVM, I've talked to their founder. I don't dig it. He doesn't care about the blockchain he builds on, which is fair enough. I mean, I respect it. If you don't care about the blockchain you're building on and you just want the support of the blockchain, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm curious to see how it performs, though. Very curious to see how it performs. Because he could have easily just chosen AVAX and they just pumped it up, right? And then God knows how much funding. But he chose EOS EVM. Very interesting choice. I'm interested in seeing how that goes. Because if that is a successful project, then it kind of proves that the chain that you're on doesn't really matter, which is something that isn't usually the case. People usually talk about like, oh, it's really important to get into the right crypto gaming chains and, you know, build on them because your price pumps. A great example of that was like Playable, you know, Shrapnel, which are wonderful games. But let's be honest, everybody knows why Shrapnel pumped wasn't only just because it's building a AAA game. A good reason of that is because it's on AVAX. You know, like everybody's talking about AVAX. AVAX is easily one of the top plays in crypto right now. I own AVAX, you know, I own AVAX Solana. I think the narrative of Solana flipping Ethereum is very serious. I genuinely think this is possible. I don't think that's a crazy price prediction. 30 billion all the way to 260 billion. It's quite the move, right? But for what Solana's already done, Solana's looking a lot like Ethereum right now. A lot like Ethereum. I'm holding a heck of a ton of Solana in my cold wallet. So those are things. You selling while smart money accumulates. Well, I'm more than happy to sell because at the end of the day, I still have 6 figures worth of crypto. So I'm more than happy to sell. What do I think about Ronin? I'll give you. All right. What do I think about Ronin? I think this is hitting all-time highs. Just straight up. I own Ronin, right? So you've got that bias there. Have I taken profit on my Ronin? No, I haven't actually. I bought it pretty low. You know, once it was like around like 60 cents-ish, then it went all the way down to 50 cents. I was DCAing that entire way down. I don't have enough Ronin though. I think Ronin could go higher, so I'm not taking any profit on that. Then we got BONK. Ooh, BONK is interesting. So there's this website. Let me see if I can actually find it. It's like claim phone. Wait, phone. Okay, here it is. It's checkphone.xyz. Don't actually go to it, just in case, but it goes ahead and tells you the price of the BONK airdrop of a Solana phone. I ended up picking up 3 of these Solana phones. They're called Solana Sagas. And before you think of me as stupid for buying a Solana phone, let me tell you, they sold out. 20,000 phones sold out. $600 each phone. And let me tell you why. They had an airdrop of BONK, which pretty much pays off the entire phone. And before you tell me, oh, but you're still paying $20 for this phone, there are airdrops. And there's actually something brand new that recently came out, at least in terms of my knowledge basis. It's called Mobile, Helium Mobile. And on your phone right now, you can do this. If you have a dual SIM and you have an eSIM, or maybe you just want to use Helium Mobile. A Helium Mobile, it's pretty much a 5G data service, right? You can go ahead, use it. If you give them, I think it's your hotspot or something like that, you get Helium tokens, well, Helium Mobile tokens. That's what they are. Helium Mobile tokens every single day. People are telling me the figures are like $5 to $10 per day. The subscription is $20 per month. So when I get my Solana Saga phones, I'm 100% going to be doing this. I actually ended up buying 3 of these phones. I announced this on Twitter too. So if you're following me on Twitter, you would have known. You would have known that I ended up doing this. Let me see if I can actually find the post of me doing this. I'm an absolute maniac with these things, but I knew it would pay off. Anyway, look at this. Yeah, I ended up grabbing 3 of these phones. Originally, I bought 2. But then I kind of realized they were selling out a little bit too fast. So there was probably some alpha there. So I ended up grabbing 3 of those phones. But I'm very bullish on this phone because I think Solana overall is going to be, I'm going to click on this a couple times. Solana overall is very bullish ecosystem. So I'm 100% getting on there. What do you think about Super? I got you. So Superverse. I think Superverse is bullish. Do I own Superverse? No, I don't own Superverse. I know you're going to call me crazy for that. I don't own every crypto coin on the planet. I could be bullish on something, but I cannot hold it as well. It's at a very high valuation, you know, and, you know, I'm waiting for this to cool off. I want to see if I can catch it back at the 30-cent range or 20-cent range. I'm hoping that if we have a correction, if I'm wrong, and we go back to 35K, then we're probably going to get a lot of these crypto gaming altcoins at a much cheaper price. If I'm wrong, either way, I don't care because I have nodes and I have altcoins that I'm holding, so I'm perfectly fine with that. But for now, at least, I'm not too concerned about it. Gary, I can't give you an opinion on Gary because that's that little live stream coin. Turbo? I don't know what Turbo is. Okay, maybe I can look it up. Please no meme coins. Okay, this is actually ran up a lot. What is this? Is this a meme coin? It's a fucking meme coin, isn't it? Hold on. It better not be. It totally is. Dude, I remember this coin from back in the day. It was like an AI meme coin that some dude randomly created to just fucking pump it up. It dumped to oblivion and then randomly started running up as people just randomly, after the whole bonk run, just FOMO'd into every different crypto coin on the planet. Listen, I've gotten into meme coins. Am I going to cover them on this channel? No. I'm not gonna do that at all. So no more Gala. Observer, when was the last time I covered Gala? This is a question. Okay, let me actually go ahead and let me check my channel here. Some people are doubting my loyalty to the Gala fam. The last time I covered Gala was 3 days ago. It was 3 days ago. I don't have to make a Gala video every single day. I don't. I can make it every like 3 days. I could still look at this 7 days ago. And then let's see what over here. 13 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Let's see. 2 weeks ago here as well. Then we had another one here. And then this one over here. A lot of Gala videos. But you don't have to talk about it every day because I'm not the biggest maxi on Gala. You know, I think what Gala is doing now is what they needed to do. Now, are they going to be a leader in the next crypto gaming bull market? I don't think so, because this is the problem with Gala. It's that they're not trying to be a crypto gaming chain. That's my problem with Gala. They're trying to be an L1. And while I appreciate that, and I'm sure that's bullish for Gala, and I'm still holding my Gala coins, right? Except the ones that I sold back in the 29s. So I guess I sold some of them, but I'm holding a lot of them. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In general, when you say that you're not a crypto gaming coin and you're a crypto gaming channel, why would I cover something that's not a crypto gaming coin every day? If you get what I mean. If they're trying to not be a crypto gaming project, then why would you cover them as often as you did when they were a crypto gaming project? It's very clear that they're not a crypto gaming project anymore. So, you know, I obviously wish them luck. You know, I've covered Gala forever, and the Gala community, guys, they did us so dirty. They did us so dirty with Silk. Oh my God, so dirty. This was one of my worst investments this year. I still have this. I still own this coin. I didn't even sell, get them out of it. But guys, this was a tough one. This was one of my losses. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with that one. That was a tough one to stomach. Can I please do a YouTube soon about crypto gaming nodes? I've made videos on crypto gaming nodes. I've covered it a couple times at this point. I've made this one in Sonoros. I'm gonna make another one in Sonoros, but this is very specific, right? And if you're wondering, you know, the crypto gaming nodes that were, by the way, 113 viewers. Let's go. Smash the like button. I have them all in the description. So if you go and click on the videos, all the nodes that I'm in, I put them in the description because I figured that there might be some people that are interested. You know, some of these aren't sponsored. Actually, none of these links are sponsored to be on this video. I just put them there for convenience sake. A lot of people ask me where I run my nodes. The reason I run them on Nerd Node specifically is because there's a guy called Forged in Crypto. I don't know if he wants to dox his name. But I met up with him. He's a Gala OG, and I respect the heck out of him. He's really trying to make the Gala ecosystem work. He's got this like Gala collective going on as well. I respect the guy. You know, if I had Gala nodes, which Gala nodes are too expensive, so I don't own them, I'd be running them on Nerd Node. And I run my Miri nodes on Nerd Node. When Playable inevitably creates, you know, their stage 2 where we need nodes, they're probably going to have them as well. So I run my nodes on Nerd Node. I respect the heck out of him. I love that guy. And that's the TLDR. I mean, these are the nodes that I own right now. In terms of my strategy for crypto gaming nodes, I mean, just look at my channel. I publish everything that I do. I always make it here. Yeah, I talked about when I was making $100 a day playing crypto games. And this was this year. This year I was making that much. It was insane. And, you know, how people could get absurd 10x opportunities and stuff like that on crypto gaming nodes. Obviously, you know, I should probably be making more videos on crypto gaming nodes because, you know, we are the crypto gaming node guy, but we do it. We do what we preach. I have accumulated these nodes. I am actually making the profit that I say I am making. You know, people are like, oh, but wait, no, I have, hold on. This number is wrong. This number is wrong. I actually have 7 of these nodes. I forgot. I have one on another wallet. So yeah, I have 7 Sonorous nodes, 4 Myriad nodes, 8 play. I even forgot how many nodes I have. I'm looking into for today. If you're asking me, by the way, this is sponsored in terms of like they sponsored me, but they didn't sponsor me to talk about this here, and they didn't sponsor me to talk about nodes. Okay, just disclosure right now. So there's Cornucopia. They are doing file nodes. These nodes are really interesting. I don't know if they're going to be worth it per se, but what they're doing is really, really, really interesting. So let me tell you what they're doing. If I can actually open this up, would be amazing. For one, by the way, they're getting listed on gate.io, so that's awesome for them. Where is this? Can I open this? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is their deck on file nodes. This is what they're calling them. So here's what a file node is. Essentially, what a file node is a node that helps you download something, a file. It helps you download a file. I'm not even joking. So they're selling nodes to go ahead and combat the release of Cornucopias' game files, because the game files will continue to grow in size. Currently, all game downloads initiated through the game launcher are from a centralized server, and in some cases, full game downloads can take up to an hour or more. With file nodes, the distributed infrastructure will not only speed up download speeds for many players, it will also remove the single point of failure from centralized servers. With a distributed network that the nodes make up, you can lose a large percentage of the nodes and still continue to serve file. That's so interesting. I've never heard of this in my entire life. File nodes. It's the new thing. Unless I'm missing out on something. It's so cool. I have no idea how do you even get earnings from this thing? But I mean, I guess it's a node dashboard. They probably just give nodes off a percentage of the supply or something, COPI rewards. But it is so interesting. So interesting. And they're really cheap, which I imagine so for the use case that they have. I'm really interested in seeing what happens here, because I've never owned a node like this before. There are plenty of other nodes that have come out that I don't own as well. There was Xai Games, which some people are having issues with those nodes. Some people are saying they're the coolest thing in the world. I don't know. I didn't get one because where I live, I can't claim the rewards. It's a little bit iffy for me. It is what it is. They're just trying to be compliant, which I guess, fair enough. And YP, doing his thing there. But I didn't end up grabbing any Xai nodes. There are plenty of nodes, though, that are going to be coming out over the next couple months. You don't really have to worry. If you missed out on these nodes, there are going to be plenty of other nodes that will come out. Hope everything's well for you. Hell yeah, everything's well. And another thing, when I'm talking about, the original journey here and what happened and why I sold, $10,000 worth of crypto gaming altcoins, this was a huge problem for me. This, in my head, I had the money to do it. And pretty much for the past 2 months, I've had the money to become, financially free. I wanted to wait a little bit because the crypto gaming markets were still running really hard. I wanted to wait for, the market to at least cool off a little bit before I justified taking profits. I know for a fact that, that 20, 30, 40K that I took profit on is probably going to become much more. I don't care. If I can take off the mental strain of having debt, that to me is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in a bull cycle. The mental clarity that you gain after getting rid of debt is insane. I've been worried about this thing for so long. So, yeah, I feel great. It feels weird, honestly. It feels weird not to have to worry about that, because every single day I was worrying about it. So, I mean, not having to worry about that, that's amazing. Join us, class, join the family. What's this? In life, there's only 2 choices. You can join us or watch us. Uh-oh. My friend. We're not degens here. Well, we are kind of degens, but whatever. Leave me alone. What's up, Chicho? What's good, Alpha? Smiling, what's good? Gala fam representing. I was playing Eternal Paradox before, and that's a game on Gala. Let me actually go ahead and show you, just in case I don't want to leak anything. It's a Forks grand strategy game on the Gala Games website. Why am I so bright right now? I'm like crazy bright right now. Let me put that down a little bit. Anyway, so I was playing this game, right, for a couple days. It was Eternal Paradox, amazing game. I think this game's awesome. But then I realized that the only way to actually earn their token, the E-Time or whatever, which I have some E-Time in my portfolio because, I just got it playing the game, is through no-lifing the game. The only way is to just no-life the heck out of the game, because they have a daily distribution that's based on the people that are in the top, right? For the most part. Of course, you can kind of earn it, but not really. You get barely anything if you don't no-life it and just grind it out. So I kind of realized at some point that unless I just wanted to spend the rest of my life, get it, an eternity playing this game, that I would not be able to earn this e-time, and therefore, what's the point of playing the game for the e-time? So fair enough, maybe I just want to play the game for what it is. But then I also realize that this game is going to restart in 40 days. So everything I've done during the last week, which wasn't even that much progress, is going to get reset in 40 days. I'm going to get screwed in 40 days. Yeah, sure, you can argue, but your mercenaries will keep their levels, and your NFTs, and I don't have any NFTs in Eternal Paradox, first off. I was waiting for their little books to sell out, but those are still missing 1,744 out of 3,000. So there's no universe in which I'd buy these books, because they don't seem like they're really worth it right now. So I haven't grabbed the nodes, the tomes right now, because, you know, I didn't know if I was going to play the game either, which I guess I've kind of figured out that I'm not going to be playing that game. But it gives you a really interesting question. Is it worth it to play these games versus the opportunity cost of just learning about tokens? I don't know. If you have no capital, I would say that playing something like Eternal Paradox could be good. It could be good. Very good. Spider Tanks, for example, very good. But if you've got more than, I don't know, $10,000 in crypto, is it even worth it to play around with these games? Even if you own the land, why don't you just delegate it to someone else? Just give it to someone else and then worry about it later when you're selling it. I don't know how to feel about it just yet, but I thought Eternal Paradox was a great learning experience, just like Champions Arena was. I played Champions Arena a bit. I still own Champions Arena NFTs, which they're not worth much anymore, unfortunately, which it is what it is. I've sold most of them, though, for a profit, so I'm not complaining about that at all. I just kept one of them because it is what it is. But it taught me that just because there's a game that you like that releases doesn't mean, for one, that it's going to get the marketing that it deserves. Champions Arena and Eternal Paradox, in my humble opinion, have been completely cheated out. I'm guessing it's because they're developed by One Universe and, Endream, and it's not Gala Games themselves, which I think is stupid, because Champions Arena and Eternal Paradox have got to be one of the best games on Gala. Easily. It isn't even close. Eternal Paradox is a good game. It really is. There are a couple fixes I would do, but other than that, the clarity is crazy, crazy good. It's just unfortunate that it didn't have the marketing that you would expect. Eternal Paradox genuinely felt like a stealth launch. You know when you find meme coins that randomly launch out of nowhere, and you just find them on Dex Tools, and you buy them, and you're good? That's what Eternal Paradox felt like. I didn't even know this was releasing until pretty much the day before. And I'm someone that covers Gala pretty often. So I realized this, and I'm like, wait, nobody's actually going to be playing this game, other than just people that are already in the Gala ecosystem that get the notification on Discord. So I don't know. I'm not sure if it's marketing budgets or what. My humble opinion is, if you're on mobile already, you should just be spending money, because it's not expensive to get downloads on mobile if you are a game developer that is not just focused on NFT sales, right? It's pretty inexpensive to get downloads, to be honest, especially for a gaming company that has as much money as, what Gala does. And I'm sure they've sold enough with Endream and One Universe to be able to afford it. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. That's why I don't do too much opinions, but I don't know. I'm just a little bit frustrated on how that entire thing is gone. Keep up the good work. Yeah, of course, my friend. Thoughts on the Mythos coin? All right, let's answer this. So Mythos is play on Mythos, right? And, recently they announced that, Blankos? Where is it, Blankos? Let me find Blankos. Blankos Block Party is officially sunsetting. It's going to mobile. Blankos Block Party will sunset on December 18th. The game will no longer be playable. Blankos Marketplace will remain available to users to access and trade their NFTs until January 31st, 2024. On this date, we will be sunsetting the Blankos Marketplace and migrating all your NFTs to the new mythical blockchain. Cool. And there you go. They're doing something brand new, which I'm like, okay. You guys can see myself with a little oh, I thought he put a happy face. Okay, he didn't put that. But I don't know, man. I get it. A lot of people are quote unquote using this chain. Look at the volume. Look at this volume. It's terrible. It's not good. So I don't know. I don't own Mythos is what I'm trying to say. I'm not that bullish on Mythos. I think that they're a little bit too Web 2 geared. When your game studio just decides to be a Web 2 game pretty much and just has Web 3 NFT marketplace, I'm not that bullish on you. If you're going really hard in the paint for Web 3, your token, typically speaking, does very well. It's very simple. The more Web 3 you are, the more Web 3 people are going to be interested. Sometimes it's not complicated. Thoughts on Creo Engine? A lot of people have been asking me to cover this. Is this a crypto gaming play? Is it? Because I don't know about this. Connecting games from worlds apart. I don't know enough about this, so I have no due diligence on this. I'm not going to formulate an opinion, because if I formulate an opinion, then I might do something that is no bueno. So it doesn't have enough volume for me to really cover it right now. But I will check it out after the stream. Thank you for letting me know. Let's talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin spot ETF approvals are opening in less than 20 days. This is important because when I'm making a video on selling things. Obviously, I haven't sold everything. I've still owned a lot of my crypto. I've sold enough to not have to worry about my debt anymore. So there's the TLDR of it all. It's important to take profits periodically if you need to. There you go. So the next SEC deadline for a Bitcoin ETF is going to be the ARK21 shares Bitcoin ETF, which is happening on the 1/10/2024. And look at this right here. This is the most interesting part. This is the final deadline that they have for this right here. The final deadline. So is this going to be a very important day for Bitcoin? I think it is. I think it's going to be a very important day. And this is happening in less than 20 days. It's going to be a very important day for the crypto space. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, hey, if it finally happens, I'm going to be hyped as heck. If it doesn't happen, then I guess we're going to have to wait for the BlackRock one, which is the iShares one, which is January 15th. Their deadline's the 15th of, what is it, March or something like that. So we might have to wait a little bit, but we're getting there. We're getting really close to the deadlines for a lot of these different ETFs. We got a question on ILLUVIUM. ILLUVIUM should have pulled back. I'm guessing it's at 90 right now. 86, 88. Okay, this is at $88. Okay. This is a game that I don't think that the marketing campaign that they did on the beta launch was too big for attracting Web3 gamers. They went really hard on Web2 gamers to test out their game. I don't know what the success has been. If I had to guess, the easiest way to look at it, I'm going to go on Twitch right now, is looking at Twitch, ILLUVIUM. Look at the amount of people playing. Okay, so right now they have 44 viewers, which I'm guessing pretty much all of these are just ILLUVIUM streamers. And therefore was probably a complete waste of money, if I'm honest with you, because right now they don't feel like playing this game. So I would have preferred them to just market into Web3. You know, I think it would have had a much more vivid impact on ILLUVIUM in general. But it is the choice that they've decided. I'd like to see the statistics supporting behind, supporting Web2 people versus Web3. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And they're up 2%, on the month. So it's not terrible. They've gone up, had that little launch, and then boom, right back down. To be fair, Bitcoin has gone down like $2,000. So there is that over the past 7 days. ILLUVIUM it's still bullish. It's still bullish. Is it number one bullish? No, I don't think it's number one bullish. To be fair, though, on our top 10 crypto games for this month, we are down. We are down. I think we're down like 10% or something like that on this portfolio. So to be fair, everybody's down right now. Look at this one over here, down 35%. It's a little bit of a hard one. Markets have cycles. We may have seen the local top for gaming. I agree. I do agree. I think we may have seen the local top for now. Give it a month, right? Give it a month or two and we'll be back. But right now, of course, taking profits right now, there's nothing wrong with it. Just keep in mind that if you're taking profits right now, that in 2025, you're probably going to regret that because 2025 is totally different. But it's important to keep taking profit periodically to, for one, give yourself stable coins for when the next cycle happens and there's new coins that you need to invest in. And the second reason is for your brain because your brain likes when the money sign goes up and you actually take profit. Taking profit is extremely, extremely important. But then if we look at, our portfolio from last month, we're still up 197%, which is a lot. Now, is it the 240% before? No, it's not 240%, but 197% is still really good. It's really good gains just for holding top 10 coins here. And some of these coins didn't even go up that much, 36%, 34%. And then we have some over here that went absolutely crazy, 426%, 406%, just insanity in the crypto markets right now. We were bound to get a cool off. It was very predictable. Are we going to get one that is really harsh and violent? It could be. You know, in bull markets, it's normal to have 30 to 50% corrections. Totally normal within the scape. Now, do I think it's going to happen now? I don't think so, only because we're having ETF. ETF is coming very, very soon. 20 days until the ETFs, my friends. Also, going to be lots of people locking in profits for this year. Yeah, I do agree. 100% agree. And people wash trading. A lot of wash trading is happening right now. There's so many reasons why somebody would be taking profit right before the year ends. It's normal for it to happen. Usually, January is a pretty good month for crypto, though. So, historically speaking, if you want to get back into markets, you should probably get in by January 1st. January 1st should be like the day to get back into the markets, because it gets real spicy. Very, very spicy. What happened January 1st? Okay, let's look at this. So this was by the end of this year, 2020, 23,000 Bitcoin. By the end of the year, it's 26,000. Then the first, it was at 32,000. At the 9th, it 40K. Then mid-month, 32K. And then after that, it just ripped like crazy. And then it did its local top again. And then boom, 68K. And then all the way back down. It was pretty awesome. I've always had your back in Gala Gold. Dude, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. I don't think that Gala appreciates that I cover coins, to be honest with you. But you got to do what you got to do, my man. It's like I had sponsors sponsor Gala videos before. I covered Spider Tanks, right? I remember my Spider Tanks video was sponsored. And then my Champions Arena video was sponsored. But for the most part, the other like 60 to 80 videos that I made barely had any ad revenue. And it was mostly just for the community, right? Like, the money that I was making off affiliate commissions was nothing in comparison to what the videos should have been worth at the time. So for the most part, it was like, if I grow behind the people that have had my back the entire time, which I think of the Gala community as like family at this point. I talk to plenty of OGs within Gala all the time. You know, if they're going through something, I'm gonna be with them. I don't care what's happening within Gala, the company itself. All I care about is what's happening within the community, what the community is thinking about things. A big reason that I even got into Playable, and this might be a revelation for some of you, the only reason that I ended up doing Playable when it was at like a $4 million market cap, it was sold. No, it wasn't I think it was at a $4 million market cap. It was very low. It was a zero go. Was because of the fact that a Gala OG hit me up and it was like, hey, have you checked out Playable? And I was like, oh, I haven't. So I checked it out, talked with the team, and, you know, here we are, $40 million market cap, 10x. So I respect the hell out of the Gala OGs. I respect the heck out of their hustle to make things work, at least try to make things work. And so I'm always with the community. No matter what, I don't care what Gala the company's doing. I am for the community, simply put. Simply put, no sponsor could buy my loyalty straight up. I will always be in part due for the community. I might cover your game or whatever, but for sure, always by the community. And I did like Champions Arena, and I did like Spider Tanks. I would have covered those games even without a sponsorship. I just am grateful that I could even get the sponsorship in the first place. But I would have covered it anyway because I was going to play the game anyway, and I bought a bunch of NFTs for both of them. Spider Tanks, for example, you know, back in May, when May Mayhem was going on, they didn't sponsor any of that. None of it. They sponsored briefly one of these Spider Tanks tournaments because what we ended up doing was I asked if it was possible to do a Spider Tanks tournament. And what ended up happening was that they said no, pretty much. And I went up to Community Gaming, which is this, you know, tournament platform, which I love Community Gaming and everything they've done for me. Amazing support. And I reached out to them and I was like, hey, could we get like a $500 prize pool or a $1,000 prize pool? I forgot how much it was at the time. May Mayhem is going crazy. I want to do something for the Gala community. They said, yeah, let's go ahead and do something. And then after I did that, I came back to Gala and I was like, guys, I've secured a $1,000 prize pool. I've got the community hyped up. Can we do something now? And they were like, okay, let's put like $500 into it. And I'm like, okay, you know, fair enough. We'll do that. And then we ended up doing the tournament. The other tournaments, I think, weren't sponsored by Gala. We kind of just ended up doing them by ourselves. The creator tournament was, and then we got into the spiral of just creator tournaments. I didn't like it too much. I'm going to be honest with you. The first creator tournament had a bunch of drama because what ended up happening was one of the content creators got really frustrated that they didn't understand how the rules worked. So they didn't want their money, even though I paid them anyway, because I mean, if you showed up to my event, I don't care if you don't like me. I'm going to send you what you deserve to be paid. So I paid them anyway. But yeah, like, I would much rather do events for community members versus content creators or developers, because community members, first off, I think are much more appreciative because they deserve it. They have been grinding their ass off to try to make the ecosystem work. And they're the people that don't get rewarded enough. People focus on content creators. People focus on developers. They don't focus on the people in the community often enough. They need more appreciation. I'm going to be developing a Discord community in probably the next 15 to 30 days. I'm telling you this now, just so you can get ready for it. And I'm planning on just throwing all of my whitelist opportunities and everything that all these sponsors are throwing at my way. I'm just going to be dumping it into my community, into all you guys. What I'm planning on doing, this is a little bit of alpha for anybody listening to the stream. You might be ahead, right? Is that I'm planning on doing a bounty board. So if you want a whitelist spot for, let's say, I don't know, the new Bitcoin ordinals, I'm just giving a random example, a game that's launching in January, which is totally fake, then you would do a task. Maybe you need to do like a Fortnite dance in, I don't know, spider tanks or something. Maybe you need to like spin your tank in a circle and then record it. Or maybe you need to do a meme contest and the coolest memes get this whitelist spot. Just something like that. So I can make sure that bots don't get in it, because if bots get in it, then my actual community doesn't win. So some kind of task there I'll develop so people can get whitelist spots, get rewarded for being active in the community. And hopefully at some point what we'll end up doing is that I'll be able to host tournaments every single week on this channel. We'll like dedicate one day out of the week in live streams just for tournaments. And we could give thousands upon thousands of dollars to the people that watch this live stream. Does that sound cool to you? Huh? That sounds cool to you, right? So, I mean, that's my goal. You know, I'm like, you don't understand how grateful I am for the support I've been receiving over the past 3 months. It changed my life, quite literally. So, I'm trying to find ways right now to not just be a greedy person and just keep taking everything, but to find a way to give a lot of that I'm receiving right now back to my community, because I'm sure you guys would appreciate that. So, I'll figure it out. I think by like a month from now, I will have figured something out to at least start giving you guys stuff. There was a mint today, actually, that if you guys were in the chat on one of my live streams, I gave 20 whitelist codes for Animalia. This is Animalia Games. And Animalia Games, they're being incubated by Cetify. They are pretty awesome. They were very nice enough. You know, we've worked with Cetify before. Cetify, massive crypto gaming launchpad. I'm grateful to even have the opportunity to work with these guys, which is, that's the support you guys have been giving me, that I'm even able to do this. But they had a mint of their Tundra, right? Their Tundra Titans. It was 3,888. I give 20 of these whitelist spots away to the community at a mint price of 0.038. I didn't end up getting 2 of them. I actually ended up getting 1 of them because I think I minted it late, so unfortunate for me. But I'm sure this is going to pay off, and I'm happy to have been able to provide this for my community. So hopefully this helps you with whatever you're doing if you ended up grabbing it. And we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening in the future. We'll get more whitelist spots for y'all. Any good projects you're seeing on Flow? No. Yeah, the honest answer is I haven't seen Flow. If I think I know what I'm talking about in terms of Flow, I don't think I know. Yeah. I'm thinking of the sports games. I'm thinking of sports games. No, I think I might be right. I'm looking at NBA. Yeah, I'm definitely right, actually. Okay. Yeah, Top Shot. There it is. Yeah, I talked to the team at Flow 2 years ago during NFT NYC. I am not a sports person. I'm not a sports person at all. I know for a fact that there's more than just sports being built out here. There's Mattel and all these great brands, and Animoca. It's got great backing. There's a good reason it's worth $1 billion, right? But I just don't know a lot about the ecosystem itself. I don't think there's a lot of hype surrounding the ecosystem. So this might be something later in the bull market that randomly gets traction. But right now, there's no hype on Flow. So there's no real reason to look into Flow other than, you know, the preliminary research that we did back in the day on Flow. Did anyone else get on ICP? You know what? You want to know why I didn't get into ICP? You want to know why I didn't get into ICP? So the reason I didn't get into ICP was because I was looking at the channels that were covering ICP, and there was this one guy that was just roasting every crypto gaming altcoin, and I was like, and he was shilling the heck out of ICP. So I was like, I'm guessing ICP is a shitcoin, right? But then I looked more into ICP, and there was like Blockchain Boy and some of the other creators that were covering it. Not a bad play at all. So congrats if you got into it. I missed it totally. It mooned. Absolutely mooned. Obviously, you know, FTX manipulated its original price on perpetuals, so it immediately dumped after it launched. But I don't know. Maybe this is the bottom. Maybe this is the bottom. Maybe I should be grabbing ICP. I don't know. We'll see if I end up grabbing ICP. But that's pretty much going to be this live stream. We've been streaming for... Good morning, White Hob Sky. We've been streaming for 50 minutes. It's a fun time. I'm going to be covering the Sonorous DJ nodes. If you guys are going to be covering or gathering any of the nodes that I talked about today, I have them all in the link in the description. Until the next time, my friends, thank you for watching. Smash the like button. Stay classy. Tomorrow, we're going to be having an interview with the Playable themselves to thank the team. Stay classy.